Hello, and welcome to today's pick a card reading. Thank you so much for being with me today and sharing your energy and attention. So, for today's timeless pick a card reading, we're going to be receiving guidance from the elementals. And so, there's going to be the earth elementals, water, air, and fire. I just wanted to talk about them very quickly, just so you can interpret the reading however you see fit for you. But I see the elementals as nature's divine guardians. They are in a non-physical realm, but on Earth, and they represent the energy of a given environment. So consider how you feel when you're by a stream or in a swamp or a meadow, the inspiration and wonder from a garden, and like the freedom you feel from an ocean. Let's say that those are energies that are reflected by the elementals. Of course, some of you may even see them or be aware of their presence in a different way. Like for example, earth elementals could be something like gnomes and elves and fairies, crystal beings. Like water could be mermaids, fire with salamanders, and air with imps. But that could be pushing it for some of you. So if that doesn't relate or resonate with you, then definitely just consider it the energy of an environment, and any guidance from the environmental realm and how being in one particular environment could help you with your given situation. Okay, so we have 4 piles here: pile 1, pile 2, pile 3, and pile 4. If you could take a moment to take a deep breath, tune into yourself, and intuitively choose one of these 4 piles. They'll be in the timestamp below, and I'll see you at your pile. I'm excited. Hi, pile 1, and welcome to your reading. This is if you chose this lovely stone. I don't know what it is, though. Sorry. Let's see what card you have. Of course, it would be the fire elemental. And it was funny because I was going to say it and I shouldn't keep that in, but this reminded me of the solar plexus, and then we have the sun here. So it's all about inner light, inner power, reclaiming that power, and allowing it to push you forward, really. It's fire elementals are about action and inspiration, the same sort of energy you would expect to get from the wands in traditional tarot. So straight away, I feel as though working on your solar plexus would be beneficial, and really reclaiming your power if it's been a struggle in relationships, in work, in any area of life. This light of the sun is also an energy that gives life to creative endeavors and is a source of inspiration. So let's see what other cards you have. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these for you. So we have 4 cards that came out. Okay. The Tower. You'll notice that it's a dragon. So incinerating what isn't serving you at the moment. We also notice that the tower, it looks like a sun. So that could be part of what's driving this, I don't want to say falling apart or collapsing, but more like transmutation of your energy field, like the events that are occurring around you. I feel as though this tower moment is supporting your solar plexus, supporting your creation. So the things that are not, the things that have been taking your power are being incinerated, or you're being guided to move away from that. We also have the Three of Swords with the moon there in the background. It's a card of Saturn and Libra. It might be a bit painful, this process. So I have a feeling that you might have been tied to some of the elements of this tower. Maybe even unaware that your power was being drained by either a partner or a work environment. It's just draining that power, and it's painful. It does feel painful. It's like the swan is looking away from the dragon here, and they're facing in opposite directions. So there's almost a sense of denial. But there's a lot of transformation, especially with the Three of Swords. After this pain, the heart grows stronger, the empathy grows stronger. So it does feel a bit slow and a little painful, but in the end, this sun, your solar plexus, is going to be vibrant and large, and you really come into a place of understanding the full depth of what you're capable of, which is exciting. Then we have the Ten of Wands. This is an interesting depiction of the Ten of Wands, but it does make sense that now we're getting some Wands energy. So it feels as though we do have the sun in the background as well, if you could see that. So generally speaking, the Ten of Wands would be almost overbearing, working. It could be seen as working a little too hard, especially for the Leo, but not Leo, excuse me, Sagittarius, but it almost feels like hunting. It's fairly violent imagery in these couple cards. So that might have been how you felt, like just vulnerable. But I think with this Ten of Wands, like the power dynamic is swapping. Like you're becoming the hunter. It's a slow transition of what might have felt like working too hard is now, you now have the energy to perform those tasks. And that could, I feel like this is more of when it comes to creating something, like there's this project and you've become exhausted in the past because you were carrying too much of a load on tasks that weren't as relevant to the main goal, the main objective you were trying to carry out. And so it feels like coming into a streamlined, you're coming into a realization of how scattered your energy might have become over time, especially being the sun. And you'll notice it here that the light is falling. So I feel like that could be connected to this Ten of Wands here. and then the Knight of Wands. So this is the outcome, I would say, which is very positive. And again, it's not a coincidence that we have the Sun card. Chose this. I didn't look at the stones. I didn't connect them in any way. And then 3 of these cards have the Sun in it. Again, I don't know if you could see it in this card. Here we go. This Sun is very vibrant. Absolutely in her power. Moving forward. It's a little, let's say, obstacle there that's just pushed away like it's not even there, really. Extremely powerful. Moving forward. This feels like Aries. I don't know if it is, but it feels like Aries. So going from this energy to this is quite a transition, and I think that's what those of you who chose this pile are going through. Like, all of this very heavy, very dense, very transformative phase of your life is leading you into self-mastery, especially in regards to being able to manifest your desires and take purposeful action towards really creating something. You finally get your power back here. You move quickly with it. There's no time to wait. You've been stuck and eaten in all of this, so it's about time. You're ready to take off here. It's very exciting. It's just at this point of time, or even in the past, you might still feel some I was gonna say reflections of that pain. It's like lingering pain, growing pain that you've experienced, and it's still there. It's still in your heart chakra, really. So this could have to do with a love interest who was draining your power, and spirit kind of got in the way and said, this isn't serving you, but it still kind of hurts. That could easily be applied to family. It could easily be applied to the work environment. Look at that. We're going to take this one. The Fire and Water Dragon enables your life to flow with loving force. Prepare for change and to move forward quickly. Expect the unexpected and have fun. So again, the Fire Dragon, there's absolutely a fire energy here. And look, that crystal there. But it says enables your life to flow with loving force, and then we also notice prepare for change. I think in a way you've already experienced this change, but I think that the change that you're getting ready to prepare for is more of something you're excited about, like you've been waiting for this type of change. And so I think when it says flow with loving force, I think it's because you'll actually be enjoying this new phase of your life that you're going into, that you've got the energy that's been built up and really taken away from you in the past, and it's driving you forward. We'll also notice the dragon's facing to the right. And this Knight of Wands, the fastest moving knight. Well, I don't know if it's the fastest moving, but it's got the most energy for sure. They're both moving in the same direction. Get like a little hint of the infinity symbol there. Sense of wisdom and strength, and that strength comes from these obstacles, recognizing where people have and situations tested your solar plexus, tested your power, and I think you're coming out of it wiser and more powerful than you've ever imagined yourself to be. So this new phase of your life is very exciting. I'm excited for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. It's fairly short, but yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I was trying to see. Yeah, just enjoy the light of the sun when you're out there, if you do get some sun, and just remember this reading. Remember harnessing that power and moving with it, and just what it's like, what that sun energy is like. Let's get one more message. I just want to get one more card. When I was channeling. Oh. Yeah. There we go. Queen of Coins. So I think all of this is leading you to be a little more financially stable and connected to the environment as well. And you'll notice that she's wearing, I think, what is that? I'll say it's citrine. I'm not sure, but it's standing out, her ring, to me. It might be this Queen of Coins, though. So it's like you're moving towards, it feels like abundance, and abundance could come in many forms. It's not just financial. It could be in the form of a partnership as well. But really a place of self-security, independence, and freedom. So I hope this reading was helpful. Again, when I had channeled, I wrote, maybe I'll do it another day, but I wrote down some notes on what was channeled, and fire was by far the shortest. It was really direct. It was one of the things it said was life is movement. So it's like, notice when you start swaying and feeling the need to stretch, and it mentioned like the fire elementals were like, it's very straightforward. This is a very direct path. Like after all of this line becomes straight, and once you're focused and you have the power, that energy of your own inner sun to move forward, there's really nothing that could stop you. No little demon guy over here, it's barely even noticed because of how strong you are, that inertia, that force that you have. So yeah, again, I hope you enjoyed your reading and you found this helpful and insightful. Take care. Hope to see you again soon. Hi, Pile 2. If you chose the Black Obsidian, we're going to get straight into your reading. Just remember that this is a general reading. So if you're interested in a private, more in-depth reading, you could always send me an email. Let's get right into it. Creation, water. Notice the doves and wisdom, maybe old souls. Notice that half of her body is submerged, the other half is above water. It's kind of like a merging of energies. I think of alchemy here. And you'll notice the cloud above her head. So also utilizing the mind and unseen worlds as well in her ability to create. You might even be drawn to some sort of magic and ritual, especially with water. So if it's something you haven't done, you may want to consider using it, because I feel as though it could be beneficial to you. Let's see some guidance from the water elementals. Okay. Okay. We have the Nine of Swords. It's interesting I had mentioned excuse me, mental energy with this creation card. I feel as though the water elementals are saying, don't let the mind get in the way here. It's almost killing your ideas, just almost attacking the wisdom that comes with the crows. Does that make sense? Crows are ravens. One of the ravens dodged it though. But there might have been a period where, yeah, there's just been a lot on your mind and it hasn't been exactly productive thoughts. I think being in water and hearing water, and I think I had mentioned in the beginning of the intro the calming, entrancing, almost meditative state of mind that just listening to streams of water in the ocean can produce. And I think being in that element here will really help you clear your mind. And I think that's really the guidance and the draw to this reading. We also notice, I happen to put it next to a black stone. I don't think this is a real one, but with the black obsidian, it's kind of like protecting your mind through being in water. Does that make sense? I'm looking at notes here because, okay, so I had channeled and I noticed a huge difference. I'd never channeled elementals before, but I definitely felt different presence when going in nature, as most of us do. It does have an effect on us when we, see a garden and we just get entranced in a way. But it was very relaxing, very calming, very peaceful energy. If I didn't know it was water, I would even assume that it's like grounding earth energy, like being next to a tree, but it was very soothing and relaxing and still. It felt very still. And that's what I think of as it relates to this pile, is that the water and being in an environment that has water could provide stillness, a sense of stillness that could help with this busy mind that isn't exactly being productive. You could always be a bit more productive with the thoughts and use them to manifest things, but in this case it's a little chaotic, so I think being in water will help with that. Look, and then we have the 10 of Cups. A sense of celebration here, union, almost mysticism with the colors in the background. I think this is something that you're longing for, especially like with community. Look at this. Look at this. I have notes here. I'll put that to the side. It's almost transitioning from being with people that aren't on your side and creating chaos and moving into, again, 3 and 3. 3 birds, 3 those things. I don't know what that is. But they come together. There's a union. It's peaceful. This is a bit more chaotic, so there's a transition. You also notice that the waters are still here, so they could easily come out, in and out, enjoy the... It feels as though, because this water card is of creation, there's other water cards as well, that you're being guided to create this environment for yourself. It's like the natural state, a blissful state, a life of simplicity, really. It's a home, finding home, creating home for yourself. Then we have the moon. You may notice there's a shadow element here. There's a lot of shadow figures. I don't know if you could see them, but they have eyes. And there's water down here as well. And there's one dragon that's white. It comes from illumination, embracing your shadow aspect. It could be helpful to you. Again, the moon is closely tied to water, so especially with the full moon and the water rituals, they could go hand in hand here. They could be helpful when it comes to manifesting and creating through witchcraft, if that's something that resonates with you. If not, just being mindful of the full moon and maybe just taking a cleansing bath could help you clear your mind. I feel as though you're not afraid of your shadow, though. I feel as though you've worked with it and you understand it. And it's through working with your shadow that you'll be able to really create the life that you want. And then we have, I call it the victory card. Look at that. Again, sense of family. Family, I mentioned family here. Family was a message I received from the channeled. Interaction that I had. Next time I'll write it. Well, if you are interested in that, let me know. But something effortless and being in a state of comfort and peace. And that's really what you're going towards right now. The biggest enemy isn't even your shadow self or something like that. It's more of the mental energies, the what ifs, and how could this work, and this and that. And I think that's why you're receiving a message specifically from the water elementals. That creation comes from stillness and effortlessness and ease. And as soon as you embrace that and acknowledge it, and being around water again is going to be helpful, like just a stream, an ocean, and just notice what it's like to not have thoughts. And then when you don't have thoughts, you might receive a particularly relevant insight that could help move you towards really these two family cards, which is a sense of belonging. And then through this belonging, you could create something bigger, something more profound than what you could have made on your own. Like, there's nothing like receiving help. There's also a sense of maybe having children if that's something you're interested in, but if not, then it's more of creating a lifestyle, a sense of security for more than yourself, for a group of people. Reclaim your divine nature. That's what I'm getting. Let's see. I'll draw one more card. An oracle. These are dragon oracles. Dragons could be any element. They're also associated with archangels, so if that resonates for you, it might be a message from the archangels. Okay. Earth and water dragon. So we have creates the foundation for new growth, a A fresh start is coming with new opportunities. Nurture your ideas and harvest the abundance. The ideas, they come from the mind, from being clear. We also see the moon. We also see nighttime. Night is pretty prevalent in this reading, so I think most of your insight's going to come at night, and it will change depending on the phase of the moon. We have here the, well, it could be either one, but a crescent moon, and then a full moon. The dragon's facing in different directions, you'll notice. So one moon phase, dragon's facing the past. Another moon phase, it's moving forward. So kind of taking note of that as well. And again, when your mind is still, it's easier. We'll also notice that there's fireflies, so you might resonate with fairies. You'll notice that this dragon's by a stream of water. Again, a fresh start is coming, so I think that fresh start is going to come in the form of partnerships that'll help you move forward. One more card. I'm just curious. But really a sense of family. Family's big here. Or community, or just sense of belonging. And not worrying about, so much not feeling like you belong right now. Because the more you focus that energy on, oh, I just don't belong here, how am I going to get out? Why is this? It's just recycling that energy. That's what you're going to keep attracting. So when I think the biggest thing of this water element card is this whole reading is the water elementals being in that energy of calm water is going to help clear your mind, help get this energy out, and put you in a place of receiving what you actually want and something that's more aligned with you. And then we have the Chariot. So moving forward with this family too, we also notice, well, I was going to compare the dogs, the wolves to lions. They're completely different, but feeling like you could move forward with ease. Utilizing the subconscious and conscious mind, the sun and the moon, so it's harnessing both energies here. And just notice your dreams, your subconscious trying to talk to you through dreams. And I think meditating like maybe 5 minutes twice a day, once in the day and once at night, and just noticing the difference there. But yeah, I hope this reading was helpful. Please let me know in the comments. Feel free to book a reading through me if you're interested in a more detailed reading as well. Take care. Hi Pile 3, and welcome to your reading. Thank you again for tuning in and sharing your energy with me. I appreciate it. So this is if you chose the obsidian, no, not obsidian, labradorite. Stone of patience, really, and being yourself. Okay, and your element is earth. Sense of nurturing, growing, being steady and slow. Also notice it's like carrying your own home, your own resources, your own security from within, because it's a sense of growth. Growth does take time, so with patience, again, labradorite, I don't think that's a mistake either. So it may feel slow at times, but it's more secure that way. I didn't do this for the other elementals, but I'm going to do it for this one. I decided to like connect with those energies and channel, and I'm just going to read for you without, I didn't edit this at all, so if I'll just mention that I didn't edit it. But here it is. The channeled message was, we are calm, we are the unmoving witness, and we invite you to be as well, secure and safe within yourself, an energy you can bring in at any time, instantly. You may choose to call upon any beings you choose, but ultimately the energy, the sensation, the security comes within you. The calming wisdom and safety that a tree provides extends to many creatures, birds, ants, spiders, squirrels. All share space, all take shelter, take shade within the strong foundations of the universal home, the tree. We invite you to first be that home to yourselves, then, when mature, you can be that calming, safe presence to others, naturally and with ease. So that was their message. Let's see. Let's just get some information, more information from the tarot. Judgment. It's like you're calling. Think of Archangel Gabriel. Really blossoming, and this is a time of transition. It feels slow, this movement and security that you're striving for, but it is your calling, it feels. Or maybe you've gotten that nudge to take action, to become a leader. This feels like leadership. The Three of Cups. So it's almost as in you're calling in assistance. Like finding like-minded people to collaborate with, to enjoy an experience with. It's almost mirrored in these, with the skeletons. I don't know if you could see that. Very similar imagery. So it's like bringing something to life. Bringing in home. People that make you feel like home. That it might have been something in the past where the people around you, or you just felt alone for a while, and now there's an energy of, it's almost like you're the one doing the calling and bringing in people who are like-minded and that you can collaborate with and be yourself with, be true to who you are with. Notice the dark energy, the dark palette and water almost. It feels like a lot of wisdom here. There's a lot of wise people that are coming towards you. And it's as if you're coming together to create an experience. To create an energy that is safe and secure. That you can be safe and secure, and your friends, companions, coworkers can feel the same way, and you almost feed off of that. That's something you've been longing for as well. You have the Empress. fairly similar with the roses, cherry blossoms. Both of these figures are facing to the right, to the future. They look very, very similar, don't they? Their faces. It's like two different aspects of yourself. The shadow and the light are coming together, all moving forward. It's almost like birthing a new project as well, but materializing an idea into physical reality, into something tangible. We also notice the water that was from the Three of Cups being poured into the background. So I think these people are going to help secure, establish, be the life force of a new endeavor. But I get a sense of creating something out of nothing. A lot of transmutation here. We also see 2 3s here. 2 3s. 3 is coming up fairly often, which is the number of creation, really. From 2 you get 3. You need, that's like a man, woman creates a child, that sort of thing. Sun and moon, earth. So this is a very creative pile. Not just creative, but actually the magic of physical manifestation. There's another tree as well. So it's like noticing the comfort of being in a natural environment and then trying to carry that energy with you throughout the day, or to bring it back, to take time to feel what it's like, and then to try and connect with that at any point of time, any point in time, so you could stick to that vibration and to carry it with you and to live in it, really. That's what the Empress feels like in this situation. She embodies prosperity. She embodies security and abundance. She embodies safety. Then we have the Star. More water here. A figure with wings could indicate angelic presence helping you. But it feels like this is something you've been wanting. We have quite a few major arcana, so this is a big life event going on. There's a sense of transitioning here. And then finally we have a figure looking back. So it's like, as this is happening, your future self is saying that this is something you've wanted all along. A sense of community and security, creation, and something that you manifested yourself. And with the water throughout all of these cards, it's like something that brings emotional satisfaction to you as well. The waters are always still and flowing easily, so I think in the background that's something that's going to guide you towards this manifestation. The things that make you happy, bring joy and fulfillment within you. Okay. Additional messages is the black dragon from Saturn. It brings you wisdom through spiritual discipline. So to concentrate, focus on your ultimate vision. Congratulations. congratulate yourselves, you've passed the test. So remaining focused throughout this transition, and I think that's going to help you establish this sense of security that you're looking for, really. Let's see if I can grab some more information from the actual book. These dragons also carry the pure violet flame of transmutation. It's funny because I saw that in another card that popped up as I was shuffling and clearing this deck. The violet flame, so that might be something you want to work with or might need to work with just to clear energies that you might be picking up. And this is Archangel Gabriel's energy. Okay. Which radiates pure white light. So he is in overall charge of the base center, which is fifth dimensional spiritual discipline. So the black indicates feminine energy at rest, peaceful and calm, which enables the wisdom to carry forward. Feminine energy. These are all female figures as well, which corresponds nicely to the water. There's a lot of water for an earth sign, but since there's earth, it's like being secure within yourself. So this feels like, yeah, a transition. You might have gone through a tower moment already, and it's bringing about new inspiration of what you want for the future now that this old pattern I have here, the Fool, which is looking up at me, so I'm just going to acknowledge that as well. We'll notice the green here. So I feel as though... Oh, and it's funny because I had mentioned Archangel... I say Gabriel because I feel like it's a female, but it really doesn't matter. Could be Gabriel as well. I mentioned Gabriel here, and then here, or here. So I do feel like that's an angel that's around you, helping you really gain the confidence and to speak with clarity. I also imagine the sword as speaking your truth as well. But this is all about new beginnings, moving forward, manifesting the lifestyle you want, the people that you want who are going to support you and make you feel like it's like this sense of comfort. As you master it within yourself, you could bring more of it towards you, more people who are within that energy, and then it gets stronger. Because there's a lot of feminine energy here and a lot of water. There's also a sense of not necessarily forcing it, just allowing that to happen, allowing the people to come in just to sit and notice this vibration. I think that's what's going to bring it the most. The card says wisdom through spiritual discipline. Focus on your ultimate vision, which is brought about with the star card. That's the vision, and this is the calling. So I think this tower that's happened is what's pushed you forward. You know, I think this tower card could easily be put here. A fairly chaotic tower card of what felt like something secure. We notice the rocks here. So the things that are built well and that are really necessary and really secure are still there. Everything else that's kind of filler and not really beneficial is fallen apart. And that's really pushed you forward. It's like, okay, what do I want this new foundation to be? What do I want to see myself? How do I want to feel on a daily basis? This pile is a lot about feeling calm and at peace at any given moment. And again, we notice 3 birds. So the number 3, again, just all over your reading. Right? Or, I don't know why I pointed to this. Just so you could see. 3 birds, 3 fish, 3 skeletons. Oh, there's 4. No, there's 3. Yeah. So a sense of community in different forms. I feel like opening up to different types of people. Just being open in general, and being passive and receptive to different energies and different people that come into your path. But also being mindful of the thought processes that you have, as these are what, it's kind of like a setter. Because the things you think are just as powerful as the words you say out loud. Interesting. They're both playing instruments. Maybe you want to be in a band, especially with Archangel Gabriel, who in my mind is all about the throat chakra. So singing, maybe, or an instrument. This might be like a bandmate's situation here. But that's not an accident, because usually the fool, I don't know, well, maybe. But that they're both playing the horn, I think that's significant. So you might get messages through music as well. And you can communicate with your guides, with spirit, with your higher self, with whatever you resonate with. You might get those answers through song, like through lyrics. So just be mindful of that as well. But yeah, that's your reading. I hope that it resonated. Just be mindful, this is a general reading. I do private personal readings. It's going to be in my description box below with the email. You could just email me if you're interested. But otherwise, I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Hi, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading. Thank you so much again for joining me and sharing this space and time with me. This is for those of you who chose the citrine. Let's see what your elemental is, the main energy that's surrounding you and assisting you at this time. We have number 1, expansion, north. This is air. Get a sense of following your true north here. There's a figure there navigating. Expansion, just being bigger. It's what love feels like. Love feels like expansion. You could almost, well, I don't know, it depends on if you have psychic gifts or you resonate with that sort of thing, clairs, different clairs and all that, but it, for me, feels like a physical expansion almost. Like you become the sky when you close your eyes, in other words. Air energy is masculine. I didn't really know that until fairly recently. I was channeling these energies, and this was the first one I channeled, and it was very wordy. It had a lot to say, and yeah, it's fairly quick. I don't want to say it's light. Let's see. But high energy and very vocal, very responsive. And it feels like it nudges you when you have a thought that's significant. So like the wind blows. You notice like with mediumship as well, that wind is one of those elements that are like, okay, there's a presence here. So that is masculine. I'll look through what I wrote, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. Oh, to notice air quality, to notice the air quality of different spaces, and just to be aware of, again, what you want to feel, what kind of air quality you want to feel, and just noticing the transition of going inside and outside, to your car, to the mall, to a forest, to the water, and just noticing the density of the air, and just recognizing what makes you feel the most comfortable. It might seem insignificant, but I think when you master that, you could also sense, in a way, the air quality or the aura of people as they come close to you. Like, what does their aura, air quality feel like, and if you want to be around them or not. I just think that's significant. Yeah, like one person can influence an entire room, so it just depends on empathic people. They tend to feel the need to protect themselves, but I think after certain mastery, you could become the influencer. Like, you're not just trying to put up walls, carrying around like black obsidian, because you don't want to be influenced by so many other people. You could actually be strong enough to influence everyone around you, which is why if you notice people who come towards you randomly, like complete strangers, just go right next to you, it's because they like your air quality. Is there one more thing? Yeah, just that everything connects, everything has a role. So we're gonna get some more insight about why you have this elemental, and how this elemental energy is helping you. And again, if you don't resonate with elementals, you could just consider it to be earth energy, or this could also be seen as Archangel Raphael as well. But there seems to be a lot of movement, a lot of energy, momentum. We have the 9 of Wands. You might have felt stuck, and I think you're getting this push forward, almost caged in. Notice a lot of white winter, but it feels windy, even though it's a Wands card. So this is the 9 of Wands, which is the moon in Sagittarius. So really feeling wounded and feeling unmoving, right? Which is the opposite of this energy, which is why, that's straight away, that's the answer, why this elemental is supporting you. To feel movement, to feel freedom. And that could be felt by just going outside and noticing just what it feels like, and then noticing the things that make you feel that way. Even if it's, seemingly insignificant, there's so much emphasis on, okay, well, I need to get things done, I need to do this work and these tasks, but to take the time to ride the bike and, just feel what it feels like to be free, and to take the time to insert more of that into your life, to just feel that vibration. And I don't remember the saying, but it was something along the lines of, what you focus on is what you attract. So even if it's just that sensation, it could translate to maybe working outside on a laptop, and you could still feel the expansion, because right now, or in the past, this is a transition from this energy of feeling wounded, and I get the feeling as just influenced by other people, other people's desires, because earlier I'd mentioned the auras of other people, so that might be kind of trying to cage in a Sagittarius, which is a very free-spirited sign. It's very unnatural for you. I asked, how could you get out of this situation? We got the King of Cups. That's a very elegant king. Look at that. We have, it seems like the eye there that he's holding As a staff, we got ice, water, the moon, lots of nighttime going on, and then a walrus there. It's like, as I'd mentioned, following joy and noticing the potential that being in that energy has. It is abstract, and being a master of understanding one's own emotions, and questioning them. Why do you feel angry or tight? Poseidon just came up. So Poseidon's about transition as well. So kind of moving away from this is coming more into your energy center, and again being masterful. There's a sense of mastery here, which is like really listening to how you feel, really taking note, and that's your body trying to communicate with you of what you actually like, what you don't like, and questioning, like being an observer to these emotions, as opposed to just being taken away, swept away by them like the current. This king stands firm even though the ocean is all over the place, really. King of Wands. Lots of king here. Lots of masculine energy. Very interesting. I wonder if you were drawn to the third pile as well. Because, spoiler alert, that was all feminine energy. All of it. Completely feminine. There were, well, if you're interested, you can go watch that. But this is completely opposite, which is very interesting. So this is all about, and we notice that they're both carrying two eyes. The animals are facing one another. So I get a feeling of balancing energies, knowing when to move, knowing when to be still. It's very powerful energy. So it's like there's this ebb and flow of, okay, identifying the emotions, identifying how you feel. And then when you have the energy to do so, you move in the direction you want to move. It's like you can't really stop a volcanic eruption. It's gonna go. So by at least aiming that energy in whatever direction you want, you'll be unstoppable, really. We have the line here. So Leo comes up. And it's interesting because it's a sense of balance within the masculine energy. Because, as I mentioned, that was one of the first things I mentioned, wasn't it? That air is masculine. And I didn't mention that with any of the other oracle cards, that it was masculine or feminine. I just said, this is this elemental, but I mentioned specifically. So tapping into and healing your masculine energy. I also feel that with citrine here, that could be seen as beneficial for the lower chakras, namely sacral, but more so solar plexus. So you might consider just doing a solar plexus meditation or healing, or looking to your sun sign and just seeing where you feel stuck, and just knowing that you have the energy and potential to move out of it physically, take the action. So there's equal parts of being an observer to your situation, and then making the effort and action to change it. I knew this would come up because this popped out earlier. This is the Six of Wands. I feel like this is what could come out of this situation, is a sense of personal victory and security. This is Leo, again with Leo. I don't remember if it was the sun or Jupiter. I think it might be Jupiter, which is expanding the qualities of Leo. Very secure, stable. It's like, you notice the transition here, don't you? Let me point it out. From being on this side of the cage to the outside, from inside to outside, free. So there is that sense of transition, and I think part of the lesson here is knowing how to get out from being afraid to fully confident. Look at that transition, really. And I think that's part of your true north, is taking it as a life lesson. So, just experiencing what you're experiencing now, so that you could help others make the same movement out of feeling trapped into a sense of self, being secure within yourself. This could pertain to a physical environment, obviously, like a housing situation, work environment, but also within the mind and the spirit, where you might just feel caged, which is why I think I had mentioned feeling the air. I mean, feeling everything and noticing what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy, and then taking action to limit the amount of things you don't enjoy and bring more of that sense of expansion. Whoops, I didn't mean to flick you off there. But expansion, because that's the energy you want to be in. That's the energy that Sagittarius wants to be in. Generally, fire signs in general, because we notice the amount of wands, and we also notice that if you resonate with being a fire sign or just having that energy at the moment, air is perfect. They are very compatible. The air actually makes the fire grow. Without air, there is no fire. So this is probably the biggest, let's see, wait. Yeah, I didn't even have to feel it. Energetically speaking, this is the most powerful card in the deck, and this is a sense of transformation. Really stepping into this energy. But that's where Archangel Raphael and the support that air brings, it's like a fuel. So notice the fuel. Notice the things that bring you fuel and energy, so you could be here. The Hierophant. This is Taurus. Sense of security. Notice the two keys. The two keys, I would say, are the two kings. One is the King of Cups, and one is the King of Wands. And I would say that these two crossing is an indication of the two keys that you need to step into this energy. I also get a feeling that this could be like the ascended version of these two. It's like they come out of that, and then now they're able to be at a perspective that's higher, and that they could teach others. This is, for me, it's a card of teaching and being secure. This is, being Taurus, it's like calming and secure, and that's the same security I feel here. So I think the ultimate outcome, these feel like, I didn't really, I didn't assign meanings to any of these, but it kind of unfolds in a certain way. So this is like future, and this is the distant future. This is the energy that you're going to eventually be stepping into. This is like balancing these two. So notice how much blue there is as well. Even in the King of Wands, there's a bit of blue here, which means the emotion never goes away. This energy never goes away. We also notice the moon twice. So it's like your shadow self is an ally. It's not an enemy. It's like the master manifester. But with the Hierophant, I feel like you might be going through this experience to teach others. Did I mention that earlier? Maybe. To teach others a sense of being calm and understanding, seeing a bigger picture. Okay. Let's see. An oracle message. I like the dragon cards because dragons could embody any elemental energy. And I just like dragons. I don't know. Am I going to use both of them? Yes. Let's move this over. I'm not too OCD, I don't think. This card popped up for a second. Magenta Dragon enables you to bring forward your soul wisdom, awaken your soul memories, and higher spiritual understanding. Prepare for accelerated ascension. I'd hinted at ascension, or just being at the next level, and that's what this card represents, the Hierophant, and also sharing that soul wisdom. So notice the fire as well. So noticing the passions, being mindful of what your body is trying to say, and what your, oftentimes the lower self, the shadow self, is still wise. It's still a wise being, and it's within you. So paying more attention to those subtle signs, really. This is exciting, though. Let me look at the book, because a lot of these dragons are associated with particular angels, so I just wanted to see. Yeah, if there's a correspondence to this one, because I've pulled it a couple times on myself, but let's see. Okay, Archangel Mariel, who is in charge of the Soul Star chakra. So the Archangel can wake us up in a deep soul level. Once we have awoken, we can never see ourselves in the same way again. We realize who we truly are and bring forward our soul wisdom. They remind us that we are immensely wise and learned beings with so much to offer. So I think part of this is allowing this experience to unfold, taking the action when necessary, but ultimately all of this is bringing forth your wisdom, your power, and sharing that. There's a strong sense of sharing it somehow. So if you feel a calling to do so, I think not now, maybe in the future. And then we have the orange gold dragon from Arcturus. Man, opens you to the knowledge of the new golden age. Carry the energy of the future, be the guiding light. Again, with guidance. I don't know if you are someone who resonates with the idea of being an alien race or a star seed from somewhere. I'm just going to put it out there. I'm definitely Arcturus. I'm definitely from there. There's so much confirmation that's come about. So if you're interested, maybe research if you're interested. But anyway, it opens you to knowledge. So there's a strong sense of knowledge with these three cards in particular, and sharing that knowledge. I also get a sense of sharing perspective. This dragon's way up there in the sky, and the Hierophant has like a connection to that realm, to that spiritual realm, but it's still grounded, which is very important. You'll also notice that the dragon is still on a rock, so it's not flying aimlessly in the sky. It's still got secure foundations within, the earthly realm, as you could say. I'll just read that real quick, if I could find it. 96. I'll just throw this out there as well. Since I saw 96, I've been seeing lots of 9, 3, and 6 together, which feels very significant. So just notice the numbers that you see, in other words. With this, we get, this is a 7th dimensional dragon. Okay, receiving this card indicates that it is time to stand in your power and fulfill your destiny. This, I mentioned true north, so this whole experience is part of what you're on earth to do, which is experience this, notice your transition out of it, and share that experience with others so they can get out of it as well. Because I mean, I don't think I need to say how many people are just completely unhappy and spread their unhappiness and their misery to others because they don't know any better. It's not really their fault. So I think you're in a position where you're really experiencing what it's like to feel trapped, to get out, to be balanced, and to get a higher perspective. Just got one final card. One final card. So I'm not going to use all these. 6 of Cups. Sharing this. This is all about sharing, really. For me, anyway. Sharing this wisdom. 6s for me are like the highest, the most loving aspect of any of the suits. So 6 of Cups is really heart-centered, water energy, and having enough to give to others. That's very nice. But before we get here, we gotta get through this, right? And this where this air is helping, okay? It's helping fuel your fire, fuel the joy, and fuel your desire to step out of this cage here. So you could really live your life purpose, share your wisdom with the world, because it really needs it. Just keep in mind that this was a general reading. I do personal readings as well. You can see that in the description box below. With my email, you can just email me. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed the reading, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care.